Hit subscribe, y'all, because it's free. Hit subscribe, y'all, because it's free for me. Hit subscribe, y'all, because it's free. Hit subscribe, y'all, because it's free to see. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Tab Glasses. If you have been here before, you already know what time it is. If you're new to this video or this channel, make sure you give me a like and subscribe. If you like the content, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find my control so I can turn this baby down. Because I gotta talk to y'all about something, okay? This is really, really like, oh my God. Just seen this movie. Alright, so, but before I get into it, I just want to say, if you haven't been before and this is your first time, a subscribe would be nice. If you have been here before, thank you for coming back. I wanted to definitely say that because, and excuse me, I know I'm looking rough, y'all. Okay, I gotta do a wash and all that. These are the same braids I had from last time, but I want to say thank y'all for coming. Check out some of my content because literally this is my shit, and I love bullshitting around. I love running my mouth and talking. So let me just go ahead. So today, first of all, I had I was gonna watch Sinners this weekend. I didn't know nothing about the snow. At first, and I'm like, this weekend I'm gonna watch the movie, but then I'm like, oh, supposed to be a snowstorm coming, so I get up and I'm just like, let me watch it. You know what I'm saying? Let me finally watch it and see what it's about and stuff like that. That Sinners was really, really good. I'm gonna do a review on it today. Hold on a second. All right, so I want to make sure I got notes and shit like that. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I wrote my notes down, right, y'all, on the movie, but so it's gonna be a little bit all over the place. Like I said, I ain't even watch it yet. I'm about to get a shot on it. It's gonna be a little over the place because I'm gonna just go off of what I wrote down. I don't like my shit to be in order when it comes to like movie reviews. Just based off like like it don't have to be. As long as it makes sense to me, it makes sense to y'all. That's all that matters. So first of all, Sinners. I heard about Sinners. I'm gonna say sometime. It's cold down here, you guys. I heard about Sinners like sometime. I want to say last. Was it last? I think it was last year or something like that. Last year. Well, yeah, last year. Yeah, last year because we were 2026. So I heard about Sinners last year, and it was it was different people talking about it. It was this review, that review. I heard different things about Sinners, and he was saying, how basically how it was and was it a good movie, X, Y, Z. So I'm like, I wanted to watch it because the stuff that I heard, like I was listening to the radio, and they was saying stuff on 105, like, okay, this was a good movie because it had this in it, that in it. But I'm the type of person, I'm like, you know what? Let me just see for myself. I'm one of them. I'm on some type diamond type shit, like don't trust nobody motherfucking information but your own. I'm gonna go out there and watch my own and watch it on my own, so I can get my own review on basically like how the movie was to me and what I thought was different symbols in the movie and stuff like that, okay? I'm gonna try to make this video long, but it might be a little bit long because I got different points and I'm gonna jump around because like I said, Sentence was already out and I know a lot of people watched it, but this is my review on it because I just was like it was really good. And I gotta Jesus, I need my eyebrows done and shit. I'm gonna watch. I gotta do baby hair and stuff. All right, so let me just start with first of all, movie comes on. We noticing because baby daddy's watching it with me. We like, oh, it's too fucking like Michael B. Jordan. So one is, I think he said her name was. Oh God, hold on. See, I'm bad with the names. I know he just said it. All right, so one name was Oh my God, hold on, y'all. I gotta look up the names. Hold on. Okay, my bad. So I had to get the names because I literally just made my he said it and I'm all stupid and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is that fucking name and shit, I know the hormone and you be like, ugh. Anyway, all right, so you got Smoke and you got Stack, right? So the movie starts off, okay, like I said, I don't know if you've seen it or not. I don't want to give it too much away, but I'm about to give it away because this shit was good. Movie starts off, they go into a barn, you know what I'm saying? They go into a barn, but it's like a barn, like an old barn, but it's like so like back in the day, it started off it's in 1932. So they go in the barn, they speak with this guy. The guy off the bat is a white guy, you know what I'm saying? No race here, I love everybody, I'm a people person, it is what it is, but we gotta call it out because it's the movie type shit. It's what it was. So the white guy was like, he was like, I don't know I don't even remember if he had a name because he wasn't in the movie that much. He was only in it for like the beginning and the end. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. So the white guy comes. He's with Smoke and Stack, which is Michael B. Jordan. They're twins, twin brothers. Um, he in there. He's telling them like, I got I got this place for you, and if you want this place, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna cost you X, Y, Z. So Smoke and Stack is like, we ain't like that. We ain't no boys, cause he was like, yeah, boy, and they was like, well, we ain't no boys. You know what I'm saying? We grown with real grown money. You know what I'm saying? So they they want a place. They want to open like a little juke joint type shit. Like a little area, music drinks. Back in the day how it was. Like I mean, we still have clubs today too. But I'm not. Let me not real off I'm all going tight all together, man. Um. So yeah. So they telling him basically they want this spot. They like, yo, we need this spot. We want this spot. We got money to pay for. We good to go. Da 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 da. Now he tells them, okay, they pull out what they got now. And this, amidst of this, they getting all their people together. They getting a musician together, which was their cousin. He was a little kid, but I guess he was 21 because I guess he was old enough to drink and stuff like that. So he was, I want to say he was 20 or he might be 21. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he was 18. Who knows? He was young. He was younger than what they was. Um, Now they go back to the town. I guess the town that they came from. In the town that they came from, you could clearly see that it was like people wasn't like scared of them or whatever, but it was like it was a whole different type of like vibe because they were perceived as they had money, but they wasn't about no bullshit, and they was kind of like a mischief to the town, a little small bit. And I'm only saying that because like when they got to the town, they was getting their peoples, and they shot a guy, and they shot this guy because the guy was trying to steal their truck. But they walking the people to the girls, and there was one girl. They're like, well, do you wanna make some money? Hold on, let me stop. So they walking up to the guys, and they like, do you wanna let me to different people, do you wanna make some money? Do you want um the girls like, yeah, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like this thing was, let me stay on track because I'm gonna tie it all together. So they walking up to different people. They going to the other guy. They tell them they got the booze on deck. They see like the drink. He gonna make money. He gonna make $20. They want to get their sign for they club. They want the interest sign. So they got the I don't want to say, I guess they were Chinese or Philippine. I don't know because I don't want to but I'm gonna say they were of Asian descent. I'm gonna just say that. So you got the Asian descent. They got they thing running and they doing good. And then they like, all we need is, we need a little bit of help with this. We trying to get this going. We trying to get that going. We need a sign. So they said they could do it. Then as they were getting a sign made, they I think it was Smoke. Smoke was like, yo, um he was like, yeah, the guys outside, he was trying to rob my truck and stuff like that, because you just make sure he good. So that's when they went inside, and and he was like, okay, yeah, we'll fix it. So the guy, the Asian descent guy, I want to get everybody's name right, but if you've seen the movie, but it's like I said, but if you don't, I just want to make sure who that. Hey, things. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. So yeah, so like I was saying, so all right, all right, so she went in, so they went in there, whatever, and they was trying to get people, like I said, to help them with their with their Jesus Christ, guys, sorry, it's cool, I just said this. Okay, so they helped them with the they had went to the Asian descent, and they had went there and they had asked them to help, and she was like, oh, you always come around causing trouble and stuff like that. And with that being said, it was giving off the illusion that they were, they had money, but they were, starting a lot of issues in the town. Not really per se, but that's really what this video is about. Money is a good thing to have. It's a great thing to have. It's so amazing, but it does not buy everything. But I'm gonna get into that a little bit later, because that's what this review is like really about. The centers, but I always gotta put some shit together. That's how I do. So yeah, so it was basically like they were doing that. They were getting the all the people together. They got the cousin, and so the cousin was a guy that was, I guess he was a little bit younger, like I said than I said that earlier, and he was of a church background. He grew up in a church. His dad was actually a pastor. A pastor slash preacher. So that was his thing. He grew up in the church or whatever. And bless you, baby. So that was basically his thing. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to, bless you, baby. That was basically his thing when it comes to, we gonna get him because he was able to play the harmonica. You had the other one. He was good with the this is the older guy. He was good because at first he was like, "Oh, I ain't trying to do it for that much. I ain't trying to do this for that much." And then Smoke and I think I don't want to get them mixed up. I think it was Smoke. I think it was Smoke. They was joined. They was just like two months we joined. So Smoke or Stack was like, you know, come, come on, come with us, and we gonna open this juke joint. And he like, I don't do that. And he like, yeah, I got 40 bottles of this, and more for you, however much you can drink. And, I got $40 for you, and I got 500 bottles of this beer. Cause he was like, well, that's a good ass beer. He was drinking and shit like that. So, that was there. He got them. So so he got the band together. He got like a whole crew. He got like a person that worked the door. That was so be careful, babe. So he was getting a whole crew together. He got somebody to do the guard. He got somebody for the music. He went to his girl house, which wasn't his. It was somebody that he was in love with, or they was together at one point. She was like, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So she was like a healer woman. So she had gave him something to protect himself to make sure he would stay because it's good and bad, whatever like that. He went to her because he wanted her to cook the food. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was like different stuff. But in the midst of all this going on, it's a couple. They just in the middle of nowhere. It's like a dirt road. Mind you, this is the beginning 30, so it wasn't no streetlights. It was just like dirt roads and house here, house all the way down the road somewhere. In the midst of all this going on, it is a couple. They open the door. Somebody's knocking on the door. They open the door. The guy's like, oh my God. He walk up to. He looking like, oh God, I'm fucked up. Like his skin fucked up. He looked like he had been burnt or whatever. But now I'm just put two and two together. Maybe he was looking like that because his son was coming up and stuff like that. So I'm not even thinking. I just put that. Yes, baby. You want to say? Oh, hey, to be done, y'all. Say hey, boo. She didn't watching all that. You watching with my eyes? Bye, baby. So like I said, in the midst of all that, see you later, girl. Yeah, so in the midst of all that, like I'm just thinking about it now, he coming like, oh, I'm bugged because in the beginning of the movie, you don't really know what's going on. You just like, oh, what's happening? And you don't, like I said, you don't know exactly what's going on. By the middle, you kind of understand a little bit, but not really. And so like the end, that's when So he coming, he walking up, he looked like he had been burnt, you know what I'm saying? He like, yeah, somebody's chasing me. And they let him in, oh no, baby. And they let him inside the house. Like they let him like come on in or whatever like that. And he was looking at and then when he peeked inside, he seen they had like a Ku Klux Klan I guess mask or whatever. So he was looking inside. He trying to see how to get inside. Let me see what I could use to get inside, whatever like that. So they like, come on in. So they let him in. Closes the door. Somebody else knocks on the door. It's a man and a wife. Somebody else knocks on the door next to. Oh no. Somebody, huh? You want me to mind that? Yeah. Go. He doing. Oh God, I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat. I want to finish this review though. So like I said, so in the midst of all of that going on, you got the couple, it was two. So they already let him in. Now they close the door. Somebody else comes knocking on the door, right? Somebody else comes knocking on the damn door. It's like an Indian guy, and he's like, we're looking for somebody. If you seen him, or if you know who he is, you need to make sure let him come out. But the lady's like, no, she's like, no, I'm not letting him come out. Or I don't know what you're talking about. She said, so I don't know what you're talking about. You want juice, baby? Okay. Yes, like I said, so in the midst of all of that, the Indians come up. They're like, yo, if you know somebody, she's like, yeah, I got my thing. I don't know what you're talking about. Anybody here? The Indian guy was telling her, like, yo, if I'm just letting you know, if it's something that, if you're Indian, you need to let us know because you need to be looking out because it's not all what it seems. He's not who he seems to be. He was trying to tell her that, but some people are stuck in their ways, whatever the case may be. And they're like, oh, no, he came in there. So she comes in, she going up the steps or whatever. Like I said, this is all in the midst of them getting their stuff. It goes through like a scene. She goes upstairs. She calling her husband from nothing. She's like, oh, I forgot the husband's name, but she calling him. She keep calling him, and he like not responding at all. So she walks upstairs. Now she walking upstairs, you know what I'm saying? She like, what's going on? She walking up the stairs, so then next thing you know, she look and see. Now it looked like the husband was bit. Now I didn't really put two and two together at the time that maybe it was vampires, and I think I don't know, my father probably did say it then, but it was kind of it was given that like it was definitely giving vampire type shit because he they was like, oh, they come and say, she like, oh my god, so the vampire, whatever that was, it was a white guy. He bit the man, and then the lady, then he attacked the lady. Okay, now we back. Now we fast forward. Now we going to another scene. Now Smoke and Stack, they like I said, two guys, black guys, um got all this money or whatever like that. People asking them like who they robbed for the money, who they, what, like his girl was asking him like, who did you ask for this money, or who did you how did you get this money or whatever. And I guess he's like, he was selling and stuff like that. And I'm gonna check it in a second. That's my kids' school and stuff. I gotta check it. I know they said they got a conference or something like that. What is it, Mac? Well, yeah, it might be okay. Well, um, okay, shot. So like I said, now they get them like people together. You know what I'm saying? They come up. Let me go to my next part. Hold on, cause okay. So the music. See that was one thing, and that's why I say I got a lot of notes here that I had took on the situation. So I kind of went in order a little bit. Okay, so hold on, y'all. My bad. So all right now. Okay, so they get like I said. So they get in there. Um, they all getting their people together. Everything is going good. You know what I'm saying? Um, but the cousin had actually ran into a young lady. Okay, that's what I wanted to say. Okay, I knew it was. Okay, so Smoke, no Stack. Okay, so Stack, he had ran into a fling or old thing that he used to date, I guess, whatever like that. She was a white woman. Now at the time, I didn't know that she was a white lady. I thought she was black, but she was just light skinned. I didn't realize until later on in the movie that she was white because I looked, I looked and he was like, oh, you need help? What you doing here? And she like, oh, get out of my way, whatever like that, like. But I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that at the time. I just thought she was light skinned, but her attitude was giving off. She was not saying that it's how people say, but she was like, cool, not saying that all people are not cool. I'm just saying she was giving off like, like a little extra little vibe, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't know that she was, you know, so I thought she was black, this was light skin, but so Stack runs into her, and she's basically telling him like, my mom passed away or whatever, and you didn't even come to no flowers or whatever like that. You made for this type of way, and he's telling him like, I had things he had to do. So I guess he was going on a mission, and he was trying to get his stuff in order because they wanted to open a juke. They wanted to run their own business. They wanted to have their own business, stuff like that. So I'm guessing, it was to a point where it was like, it was to a point where it was like, she was like, oh, feeling the type of way or whatever like that, but she still had feelings for her. He clearly still liked her, but it wasn't, he was just trying to focus on what he had to focus on, which makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you're supposed to be doing. Hold on. Hold on, my bad. Hold on. All right, so like I said, you see them getting their stuff together. You see them, like I said, I'm gonna call it a juke bar, juke. This is considered a juke joint. They getting their juke joint together. They got everybody in there. They got their music, which was the cousin. I said the cousin, he was dating somebody. He met somebody. She was supposed to have been married, whatever like that. But they was definitely vibing, feeling each other. So that was that. You got the musician. You got the woman that cooks the food, which was Smoke's girlfriend. You got Stack. He's there. He's now. Smoke is the one that's really like they both, Smoke and Stack was both the business guys, but Smoke was more, what I'm saying, he was more like, and into it, like excuse me, he was more into it. Like he was, not saying he was more into it than his brother, but you could tell he was kind of more on the running the business side of that situation, because of how he was moving and stuff like that, things he was saying and how he was feeling, and when it came to him with his money situation and him trying to make sure they was good. He was the one that came when a guy was like this. He spoke up like, "Yeah, we ain't this, ain't that, we ain't that." So you could tell he was the one. He was the more aggressive one. The brother was on the same type of time, but he was more kind of laid back. So Smoke was more. So they get everybody together, everything is good, right? The music, because like I said, the music is symbolism for this thing because as like I said, said, I'm gonna be all over it with this thing, but I'm gonna just break every little piece down that I found in the movie. As we're in the club, everybody's dancing, they jamming, they having a good time, they feeling good, everybody grooving the music. The And if you watch the scenes and you see the scenes, you see the music, but then you see another guy playing music, but he's right on the side of him. It was like two things happening at once, but it was like a symbolism. This is how what it turned into. So it's all they got the music playing the music. You got it's like regular band and stuff like that. The other guys playing the band music, but then the music starts changing a little bit. The music starts changing into like a more uppity beat. You know what I'm saying? Like not saying that it was like the beat that they was playing was slow. It was playing, but it was a upbeat. It was a more upbeat type music thing. If y'all get what I'm saying, it was like the music was like it went from like they juking it out, and then it go to do like that. So, but it didn't change completely. It still was combined with each other. So I think the music was like a symbolism thing. How things change over time, and then as the music changing, you looking around, and then you see a girl twerking. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with twerking. I'm sorry, I'm just like, ain't nothing wrong. As long as you having a good time, you taking your kids, you minding your business. That's all right. Ain't nothing wrong with twerking. You see the girl twerking or whatever like that, you know what I'm saying? And then you see the guys, they like this, they throwing up signs, whatever like that. But mind you, we're in 1932 and this scene, so it's not that can't be what's happening in the scene. It was just like a foreshadow of how things happen, or how things could happen, or how things progress over time when it comes to music. So that was the whole thing with that. Okay. Um. See, I already said this. Let me check this part off. Cause that's what I said. That's why I said I wrote it down just so I won't forget a point or miss. Cause I could get up here and start rambling and talking, but I like writing down so I don't miss a point. Cause especially when it's movies, maybe different stuff like going in the movies, you be like, I start getting up here, and start rambling, talking about something else, and I don't want to do that to y'all. All right. So now, cause I'm gonna just tell the story how the movie went. So as they dancing, as everybody's having a good time, you get like a knock at the door or whatever like that. So it's three people. They walking up. You got the guy that was in the barn with the couple that I told y'all about earlier. He walks up. He's with the couple now. So it's him and the couple that let him in the house, and he bit the husband. Okay, so stay with me here. They walking